Today on the Stay at Home Chef, I'm showing you how to make crispy fried chicken. I don't want to brag, but I make the best fried chicken. Today I'm going to show you all the secrets and tips and tricks you need to make the best crispy fried chicken that's also full of flavor. To start, you'll need some chicken, and I've placed mine in a large mixing bowl. I'm using thighs and drumsticks because my family are dark meat lovers, so that's what we like best. But of course, you can always throw in some breasts and wings as well. We're gonna let the chicken soak in a mixture of buttermilk, and I use 3 cups of buttermilk for this, as well as half a cup of hot sauce, and I'm using Frank's buffalo wing sauce, which adds a ton of flavor. But if you're sensitive to heat, you may want to use a little less. Then I'm gonna add in 2 teaspoons of salt, 1 teaspoon of black pepper, and then give this a toss using some tongs. You're basically just trying to stir things up and mix that hot sauce and buttermilk together. Then I'm going to cover my bowl with a little bit of plastic wrap and place this in the fridge and let it soak for about 4 hours. Now, if you're in a hurry, you can skip the soaking time, but I highly recommend it as the chicken soaks in a lot of flavor. Meanwhile, we're going to make our crispy coating. I'm going to make mine in a plastic bag, but you could also do this in a shallow dish, but this is kind of a shake and bake style. You'll need about 3 cups of all-purpose flour, and then my secret for super crispy fried chicken is to add in half a cup of cornstarch. And then to add a ton of flavor, we're gonna use the Colonel Rachel's secret ingredients, which are, this is my spice blend, 1 tablespoon of paprika, 1 tablespoon of salt, 2 teaspoons of onion powder, 2 teaspoons of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of dried oregano, 1 teaspoon of dried basil, 1 teaspoon of white pepper, and then last of all, and you can adjust this if necessary, I add in a teaspoon of cayenne pepper for a kick. Can you tell I like to have a little kick in my fried chicken? Next, we're gonna seal up the bag and give it a shake. Of course, if you're using a bowl, you'll just stir it together. All right, now once your coating is ready, that means it's time to fry. Pour enough vegetable or peanut oil into a large heavy skillet, enough to cover the bottom with about 1 inch or 3/4 of an inch of oil, and get that heating to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. When your oil is ready for frying, you'll want to remove a piece of chicken from the buttermilk mixture and kind of drip off the excess there. Then place it into the flour and cornstarch and seasoning mixture, and then give it a shake to coat. Then I switch tongs so that they're dry tongs and shake off the excess flour, and then place the chicken directly into the oil. Fried chicken takes approximately 14 minutes to fry, but of course that depends on the size of the pieces that you're cooking. It's a good idea to use a meat thermometer to ensure 100% accuracy. You want to make sure that chicken is cooked to at least 165 degrees Fahrenheit. It's a good idea to get it at about 172 to 175 for dark meat. One of the keys to getting super crispy fried chicken is to monitor the temperature of your oil. It needs to stay between 300 and 350 degrees the entire cooking time. So keep an eye on that and adjust your flame accordingly. Once the chicken is done, remove it from the oil and transfer it to a paper towel lined plate to drain and cool a little bit. Now, as tempting as it is to bite in, you'll want to let this rest for about 10 minutes before anyone tries to eat it. Otherwise, you might burn your tongue. Thanks for watching. You can find the full written recipe in the video description. Be sure to subscribe, like, and follow, and check out the rest of my videos where you can find hundreds of restaurant quality recipes you can easily make at home. See you later.